It was a very strong album. And because we had just put on a couple new members of the team, we felt like the album kind of showed everybody's strengths and gave each person an opportunity to shine. And in today's world, you kind of need videos to support certain songs, otherwise they'll never be heard. Like, you could have the greatest song out, and until you do a video for it, some people will just not listen to it. Like, until you get that thing on YouTube or get it on television, some people just won't know. And so when we finished the album, you know, first of all, it was a process picking, because we had to cut away a lot of songs to pick. I mean, we ended up with like 19 songs, 22 tracks. But even those, it was hard getting to that number because there was so much music. But when we got to that point, we knew automatically that this couldn't be an album where you do 2 or 3 videos, because it would be a disservice to all of the great songs and all the work that the artists put on. So immediately we set a plan in place that, you know what, we have to shoot as many videos as possible. At least, I think we were gunning for 10 to 12 videos. I think we're at about 8 right now. But you know, we just wanted to, you know, because people needed to know. I mean, of course, you know, you needed to do the songs for Wizkid. You needed to show me because we have established fan bases. But people needed to know what Skales was capable of. People needed to see Shady, hear Shady shine. People needed to see what Neola could do. And that was the only way that we could do it. So that's why we set that plan in place, to shoot that many videos. And I know some people were worried about just having too much material out there, but each song was different. Each combination of artists was special and unique. And, you know, so far it's been successful. Pretty much every single video and every single song that has been a single has been a hit. And some that we haven't even shot yet, you know, are smash hit songs. So we're very grateful. It's really, we owe it to the people. Like, the fans have been tremendous.
I have to hold up my hands. I was one of the skeptics when the videos started to drop. I think it was Shegun Demiran or Tino that tweeted that we're going to be dropping a video, EME Wednesdays it was called.
That was me, actually.
Exactly, that tweeted every Wednesday a video was dropping. So I called my partner DJ Larry. I'm like, listen, I'm scared because these songs are great. The videos are quality shot, you know, well shot videos. You were putting the songs out there. I was a little bit skeptical that the songs might get lost in the thousands of videos that are being released in Nigeria. But again, you proved the skeptics wrong, because the videos have done exactly what you expected it to do.
They've done well.
Now the songs are bubbling up. Speaking about introduction, it's not an introduction that Skales has been on the scene for a while. He was signed with Wizkid onto EME.
Shortly after Wizkid. Wiz was signed first, and then Skales came on afterwards. But finish your question.
Yeah. So this EME album actually showcases his versatility as an artist and his talents to the whole world in a way that we haven't seen before. I am just as excited about young Skales now as I've been about Wizkid. Tell me about the excitement and how you see Skales growing up as an artist.
I think Skales is he's so much more than your average artist, and I think it was it was clear to us that it would take people a second to kind of really get him, so I think the EME album was really, really important. First, to hold over fans for Wiz and myself who wanted new material, but for people like Skales especially, because there's just so much that he brings to the table. You mentioned it, his versatility is insane. He writes some of the greatest R&B records I've heard. He raps some of the greatest rap verses that you've heard. Like, he's just so much more than your average artist. And so, you know, and I was listening to all of the stuff that, you know, we were working in the studio and putting together records, but I just felt like people weren't ready for a Skales album yet. And so the EME album was important because we got to showcase Skales being Skales without the pressure of having an album on you, because when your album comes out, that's it. Like, you get judged on how it's received, whether it does well or not or whatever. And I just felt like people weren't, you know, timing is everything in this business. And so with the EME album, you saw Skales, you know, do his little rap thing. You saw him sing. You saw him hold songs down on his own. You saw him be like the quarterback of certain songs. We just put the video for My Baby out, which is, you know, that sounds like a song that I could sing. You know what I mean?
The first shot I heard was that Banky W did the chorus.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so And that's what he brings, and he's very, very special. And I'm glad, and I feel very, very proud of him that now, he's been patient and he's done what we've asked of him, which is just continue to develop yourself and just continue to make great music. And people will come along if you make great music, and that's really all he's done. And so we're very proud of him. We're excited. His album is almost finished. It's probably about 70, somewhere between 70 and 80% now. So when I get back to Nigeria, we'll be wrapping up my record and his record. So people should definitely stay tuned for more from Skales.
Now, the videos that have been coming out of, the Afro pop scene, Afro beats, R&B, has been sort of like the same in a few ways. The club scene, girls dancing, blah, blah, blah. But when Banky W hit the Nigerian music industry, the African music industry, you also showed a little bit more, art in terms of your video quality. You added a little bit of writing to it, a little bit of story to it. All of a sudden, your first single drops, yes/no. And I get the video that Banky W rocks the whole world with. It's got a storyline to it. It's got a ring to it. It's got a dance sequence to it. Tell me about the making process of that song and the video that you shot for that song.
Well, the song was produced by the very, very incredible Kobam Zasuko, who also produced Strong Ting, also produced Follow You Go, and a ton of hits for some of your favorite Nigerian artists. So there's not much more that can be said about how great Kobam Zasuko is. He's just a genius, and he's just on another level. And he always brings the best out of you. Like, he's a producer in the truest sense of the word. He's not a beat maker. He doesn't just make a nice beat and, good luck. He listens to you. He tries to delve into you and bring the best out of you. And, he's done it before, and apparently he's doing it again. So I'm very, very grateful to Kobam's. He's fantastic, and so that was the song. So, and I don't think that, at least for now, I can't make an album if I don't put Kobams on it. Like, my work just wouldn't be complete. He's just that important. And then the video, of course, I teamed up again with Clarence Peters, who is just one of my favorite people to work with.